Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we'll do the next 6 parts, which are 9 to 14 of Fanhome's 1 to 8 scale 1966 Batmobile. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so now we're up to 6 parts per box every month, which is awesome, so we get some more done. Now, big box, as you see inside, there's not too much. Before we do get started, I will say that Fanhome did send this to me free of charge, so thank you, Fanhome, and you can subscribe on the link below. I often forget to say that, so this time I'll make sure I do say it, and we'll look inside the box. Now, a little battered up, because courtesy of my mailman, he just threw it to the bottom of my driveway, didn't even bring it to the door, and it's been raining all day today as well. So luckily I kind of noticed it, and got the package, and we're all in good shape. But box a little beaten up, and inside is such a big box here. We basically have magazines, parts, which are not many. It's deceptive. These are very small packs, but I think there's quite a lot of work left to do in these. So we'll see in a minute. So I'm going to take all this out and get rid of the box because it's way too big for the bench. And we do have our first free gift, I believe, which is some artwork. So let me get this box out of the way, because again, it's massive. And it's taking up the whole bench space. And let's start off by looking at the free gifts. So we've got this folder, and as we open it up here, we've got some very nice prints, which are I have a tape measure with me. I say they're about size of like an A3 cutting mat kind of size, a little bit smaller. But anyway, so we've got this one, which is my favorite, I think. This guy. Very vivid, nice print to frame on kind of cardstock. And the second one, we have this guy. And the third one, that one there, which it's okay quality. It looks a little kind of fuzzy and looks like a screenshot of computer, to be honest with you. The first one I think is definitely the best print of the three. But again, these are the first free gift we get. We get a few throughout the packs. I think 4 or 5 different free gifts, which again you can check out on their website. So that's the artwork, which I'm going to put to the side so I don't damage it. And again, we'll look through these in more detail, but basically smaller box packs, nothing really large here, but a lot of small kind of parts within there. So definitely work to be done. And spoiler alert, I did flick through all the magazines, and it does seem that pretty much the whole box, all these 6 magazines are basically working on the engine. So by the time we're done, I think we're pretty much done with the engine. So that's the focus on today's episode. So let me put these out of the way, and we'll start with number 9. And I can probably zoom back in. Just my camera here. Oop. And we'll look at the magazine. As always, it starts with the episode. So this is part number 9, so episode number 9. And again, reminder, there's 110 parts to match the 110 episodes of the 66 Batmobile. And then we're going to some comic stuff. And what I'm most interested in the back here are the instructions. So car parts. So we've got the car parts. We're going to assemble the cylinder head. So you can see there what we've got going on. Again, beautiful instructions on this one, nice and clear. We're going to do the cylinder head. And we're going to fit it, I think, on the part we made from last week. Or last month, should I say. We're going to cut a bunch of ignition wires. And note, these aren't to scale. So when you do measure them, it's not like Tamiya instructions where you measure it and cut it. I don't think these are accurate. So you measure it with a ruler, cut all the wires, and all the wires we're going to install, and this is the end result. So you can see quite a lot of work there for part number 9. And the box here is this guy. So I'll grab some scissors right here, and let's cut it open and see the parts. Oh, bunch of little screws. And these are the parts. So we've got cylinder head. This looks like metal. Now trying to open this thing without flying everything across the room. All right. And that's plastic. All of this is plastic. I think this guy is. Wait, that's metal. That's plastic. This is metal. Nope. Plastic. plastic, and some cable. Some hose we have to cut down for the ignition wire, and that is it. So let me go ahead and get those put together, and we can see what we look like when it's done. Okay, so we're done. No real problems. A couple things to note here is number 2, you just screw the screws in, like it says here, for basically prepares the screw thread, and then you just unscrew them again, and then cut out all the ignition wires per the instructions, and they all seem a little long, so I did measure it and cut them all out. Did have a little bit left over, but when you see here, just compared to the picture, it's quite a lot of extras here. So I did add such a super glue to each side, just basic super glue, just to secure them in, and followed the order, the firing order that went on there. But again, it seems like a lot here, so I didn't want to adjust anything and get the whole engine put together. If need be, maybe we can trim some of these down or something. They just seem like a little bit kind of long, but that's kind of how we're going on there. This piece is very loose too, clicked in. I don't want to glue that because I'm not sure if this attaches to anything right now, so I've left it kind of loose, kind of hanging. But that's part number 9 done. Now we're on to number 10. So death is worse than fate. Scrolling through here, and the parts, and we are going to work on the carburetor and manifold by the looks of it, and we can attach it to here. So again, more work going on. So that's the parts, and well, the instructions, I say these are the parts. I get the right one, number 10. Okay, bunch of little screws and a bunch of little parts here. Again, it's key here to open this without flying the whole contents across the room. And while on camera too, it's never the easiest. Okay, got it. Bit of silver hose too, which is in the box. And there we go. So this is, again, plastic. So I get to work with getting all this stuff put together and see how it looks. Okay, so we got this part on. And looking apart now, right? And it was a little tricky. I think the key with this really for me was, going back for the instructions, the guide right here, we had the part numbers on here, and then in this part it's kind of hard to see in instructions. Like I said, like 10H for example. So 10H there, you can see the shape of it. So I kind of had to reference back to that one, work through, and it wasn't quite easy to see where these pipes go. I think I got them on the male fittings, which is correct. And on here again, it's kind of hard to see, but I think they cross over on the pipes there. So I'm not sure if it's exactly accurate, but I'll show you kind of where I'm at with this. There we go. These 2 pipes coming through, and this is like the one left over. And there we go. So look, this one doesn't fit on very good either. This kind of falls off quite a lot. I'm trying to think what the attachment is now. So I might just super glue this on, touch with super glue. It's that tiny little attachment there. Sorry, not in focus. And it sits on here, I believe. And it just, yeah, it just doesn't sit. It kind of keeps falling off. So we'll see how we go. I'm going to leave it like that, and at the end, might touch your glue once I know for sure. But that's how we're looking after stage number 10. Again, this guy keeps flopping around. And we're going to pull out now the 3rd part of the 6 and number 11. Let me move this out of the way, all this stuff. Again, I'm going to flick through this real quick. And parts. And we're going to do the left engine block. So we obviously have the right side, so now I'm going to start work on the left. We're going to do the fuel pump. And that's what we've got going on. So we're going to do left engine block and the fuel pump. And the parts, number 11, are right here. and metal, engine block, the rest of plastic. And obviously, you know, this is going to go on the other side like so. So, all right, so let me get to work on this. I'll be right back. Okay, so that went together fine. Actually, probably 5 minutes, so no problem with that one. Again, hoses all seemed a bit long, but whatever's. That one's in place, and that's how we're looking. These just pushed in. Some of these pipes now, they're in really tight. I don't think you necessarily glue them. I have been adding a touch of super glue, but I mean, they're not going anywhere. It's on pretty tightly. This one you don't cut down, just leave to length. It's ready pre-cut, I guess. So that's that side done, and that is part number 11. Now moving swiftly on to 12. Again, I'm going to flick through the book. Tons of information here for any Batman fans. And we're going to do the cylinder head on this side, spark plugs, and assembling the engine. And we're going to end up with this quite beauty at the end of it, which I'm excited for. Now, the model maker in me really wants to go to town here with painting some of this and weathering and stuff, but I'm just going to build it as is for now. But you know, like things like the fuel filter and all that kind of stuff, I mean, you could go to town with, you know, detailing all this, super detailing it all. So yeah, I'm gonna get ahead and put these together. Oh, actually, let me show the pieces first. So 12, I think is pretty much a duplication of, was it 9? I think we started with, just on this. This is just gonna be the reverse side. And yeah, again, this bit's metal, the rest is plastic, and basically just, again, similar, same as we've done the left side. Now we'll work on the right side. So the right side, I think it is. Yeah, no, we did the right side, now we're doing the left side. So yeah, let me get this put together exactly the same way as we did in part number 9, just a replication. And we're done, and I gotta say, this thing is heavy. It's probably, well, I'll say it's close to probably a couple of pounds or so, maybe a kilo. It's a lot of metal on there. It's very heavy. Now, just take a step back. I remember mentioning about this guy being loose. It needs an AP screw to hold it on. That's why it was loose. So I screwed that one on, and yeah, tightened up. What I found too with the ignition wires here, with the spark plugs, was just take these out, attach the wire. Sorry, I'm not in focus. Take it out, attach the wire, and just push these back in. Was the easiest way of doing it. And there we go. It's a bit of a beast here, this engine assembly, and again, very heavy. So that's where we're at with that one. We kind of whisked through number 12, and we still have 2 packs to go, remember, so a lot more detail going in this engine. So it's nicely detailed, as you expect for the price. 13. Again, I'm just going to flick through it real quick. And we're going to work on the oil filter pipe and the crankcase and water pump. And we're going to fit the pulley as well. So a lot more detail going on to this bad boy. So what we lucky number 13. My trash can is getting quite full now of all this packaging. And some more screws. And the parts, just going to tip them out again. And all these are plastic, various pulleys and stuff. So yeah, I'll get work on this, and as always, we'll come back in a couple of seconds and see the finished build. Well, of this part number 13 at least. All right, so got it together. Front sent all the pulleys and stuff, and missing those 2 screws. You don't put those screws on yet. And if I go back through the instructions here, again, look at F, G, H, I to figure out which order to go in, because back here, you're going to need to line them up in the correct way. And note here, J goes furthest away from the engine. So the starting point goes away from the engine. I try to fit it the other way, it doesn't really fit very well, but once you turn it around and go the correct way, it actually fits perfectly. So there we go. So not too much problems there. That's a pretty straightforward part. Again, looking good. This part keeps flapping and falling off, so in the end I just super glued it on because it's kind of driving me nuts a little bit. Here, sorry, I keep going out of focus on my hand. Just turn that until it lines up with the whole this piece here. So turn it to the hole and screw it in. Is how I did it. And yeah, there we go. Maybe I'm going to loosen this a little bit here so it can spin a little bit better. And yeah, so now we're on to the final part. So part number 14, again, we're going to flip through this, episode 14, and the comic stuff. And we are on to the power steering pump. So despite being 1966, it still had power steering. And we're going to fit the pump on a pulley. We're going to fit the Fanhome compressor pulleys. And look, we're adding, my mind's gone blank, we're adding the pulleys. And here's what we're going to look like at the very end, a very impressive looking engine. So belts, that's the word I was looking for. My mind went completely blank there. So yeah, and get to work on this one, and for the final time we'll come back and we'll look at the finished engine and wrap this video up. Okay, we're done. This big beast here, a little bit loose there, but I'm sure it will come together once it's in the main chassis. And yeah, the belts are on. Not sure if it's really functional. It isn't. It's just really elastic bands, but they look pretty cool just for visual effect there, I guess. Big lump, as I mentioned earlier. I need to weigh it, but it's probably, I don't know, I'd say it's a good couple of pounds or a kilo. And yeah, there we go. So looking the part, right? So this pack was, it doesn't look much when you get the box, when you open the box, you think, is that it? But it's good, a couple hours work there. So a couple hours work to put that together. And yeah, looking awesome. It's nice to use up some of these parts as well. We've had in the box from previous months as well. Like certain parts like this guy and this guy, and obviously the gearbox and other parts as well. So yeah, big piece, big chunk of the model here, and you get an idea of the size as well, this being just the engine. So thank you for watching as always. What I'll do is I will get the next part up as soon as I receive it, hopefully in a month's time. And yeah, again, if you want to subscribe to this, the link is below, and I highly recommend it. Not just because I got it for free, but from Fanhome. But I built a few of their models now, and this is actually, the instructions are good, and it's actually really a fun build as well. I'm really enjoying this so far. So I'm excited to see what we get in the next pack, next 6 parts next month. If you haven't done so already, again, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next month.